Welcome to Steel Cage Reviews. We are a new podcast dedicated to all things WWE. We feature weekly reviews of Raw, SmackDown, and all pay-per-view events. I'm your host, Mike Names, and here with me are my good friends, Murph and Buds. Tonight, March 23rd, 2015, we're talking Raw. So, tonight we had Sting to open the show, which was the first time ever. Now, my question is, I wonder how it's going to play out next week at WrestleMania. Murph, what do you think?
I think Sting's going to come out, fight a hard match. It's been 14 years he's been waiting to do this. I don't see him signing a contract with the WWE to come out here and lose to Triple H, so I think we're going to see them both men beat the shit out of each other, and I think Sting's going to come out victorious.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Bud, what do you think?
I agree too. I actually think that Sting will win. It will be a good match. Not that great, but pretty good. They both are getting pretty old. And then I think that will ultimately set up Undertaker versus Sting at WrestleMania 32.
All right, so let's finally get into some wrestling. The first match, we had Dean Ambrose and R-Truth versus Stardust and Luke Harper. See, my first question is, I want to know who thinks Stardust is just too
He's a
weird.
creep.
Oh,
He's a
yeah,
creep.
honestly, just too weird.
I think it's a bad Cody Rhodes push, and I like the original character better. He's a good wrestler. It's just he's a little creepy. He's a little worse than Goldust right now.
That's what I mean. Sometimes some of the promos just push it a little too much for me. I don't know. What do you think, Buds?
I think it's a little dried out. I don't really like it. I think Cody's a good wrestler, and he doesn't get enough credit for it, but the fans not behind him.
They ruined Cody the wrestler with this gimmick that he's got going on. People be chanting Cody in the crowd and everything, and I don't think it's a real big hit.
True. It's just a little too much for me. He needs to take it down. He's at a 10. He needs to be at a 2. But that's beyond the point.
True.
Now, my next question is, with this whole division, what do you think about the IC belt? Who do you guys see as a possible winner for the IC title next week?
But do you want to take it or me?
I'll
I'll take it. I like Daniel Bryan. I think after they stripped him of the heavyweight title, they kind of owe him one, even though he got injured. I see him winning and him and Ziggler battling for a little bit for it. That's a good matchup too. They're good, two good wrestlers.
Yeah, especially after tonight's fight. I mean, they're definitely going to be going at it. It's going to be good between them two. I mean, that leads me into my next point. What do you guys, Buds? What do you guys think about Daniel Bryan? I don't think he's being utilized the right way. I think they wanted him to be a star, and he couldn't make it.
I think I like the match set up on it. Daniel Bryan, I'm a fan of personally, but I'm not. His gimmick's a little too much for me with the fans, and I'm a heel guy. And besides that, I like the talent in this match a lot. I think it has potential. As a potential, I'm hoping to see maybe R-Truth pull it off. A little bit of little Jimmy interference. No, I really want to see Ambrose.
Boy, I don't like guys like R-Truth being in it. Luke Harper, I'm not a fan of.
I want to see Ambrose.
I want to see guys like Ziggler and Daniel Bryan just steal the show, jumping off the ladders, putting guys through just anything, just demolish each other.
They can do it. It's all if they let them do it. That's the question.
Wade Barrett,
Stardust for champion.
Wade Barrett's gonna be in it at the end because it's his belt, but you ain't gonna hear a boom at the end of the night.
All right, let's get to the second match here. We had Ryback, Zack Ryder, Eric Rowan,
Snooze fest.
Titus O'Neil, and Darren Young versus Ascension, Mizdow, and Adam Rose. And we had Ryback by pinfall. Yeah, that wasn't a great one, but what can you do?
Oh man.
Man, I feel like they're falling out of
Next
love with
question.
the Ascension so bad.
Next question.
I mean, Ryback's a beast. Look at him, but his God.
Oh my God, he's not a beast. He's the worst. He can't even wrestle. He's so sloppy. I don't even know how the fans like him. He's the worst.
Yeah, I mean, his gimmick's kind of dried out, but I like the feed me more, the big guy. It's not bad, but he's...
I don't even mind the Ascensions. I like the old school tag team look and stuff, but fans don't like them, so God forbid if they get any action. And they just... That was terrible. Zack Ryder?
I don't really have much to say about that match anymore.
Next question.
Well, actually, it brings up a couple questions for me. I mean, I guess the first one is, do you guys think Sandow will ever turn on Miz?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, I think WrestleMania has to do.
You think it's WrestleMania or think it's going to be after?
I mean, I
What do you
think
think,
if it's
man?
gonna happen,
It doesn't matter what you think, man.
it's gonna be on the biggest stage. I think it's gonna happen. Steal the show, Mizdow.
Oh, Mizdow is due, though. Mizdow for president.
I'd love to see it. That's all I got to say. I'd love to see it. All right, the next question it brings up for me. Now, the rumor is we're going to have a big name from NXT appear at WrestleMania. They had Ascension tonight. Who do we think it's going to be next week? Buds?
I think I like Sami Zayn. Zayn.
Oof.
I like him. I think
Neville,
he's
I
been a little
guess,
MIA from NXT the last couple of weeks. Had some soul searching promos, so you never know. He could pop his face in there.
Yeah,
Neville or Zayn, I guess. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of either of them, and I don't think they're gonna win. So it doesn't matter to me who gets
I
in
mean, they
from
go
that,
from
from that
strong
group
guys.
of guys. From that group of guys, they got motley
I'm trying to get
crew.
these big guys in the
I gotta
battle
say
royal. There's not
Neville.
really big guys in the NXT I can see making the jump right now that I can think of off the top of my head that really stood out. So
I don't know. I see Neville coming up. He's the next one. So we'll see. We'll see what we can do. All right, and next up we have Randy Orton's match, which was versus Rollins and JJ Security. Now, first off, this was a text in who you wanted to see Randy Orton go against. Everyone picked Rollins. I thought it was a good idea. Match, it was all right. Nothing special.
same thing as usual. He keeps dicking them, ducking them, and J&J Security just keep getting RKO'd out everywhere.
Obviously, like
The
you would
RKO's
expect.
out of nowhere are the best.
Rollins
And
will
JJ
perform
and
well.
Security are the worst.
Rollins gonna have something up his sleeve for WrestleMania. He always does to show up.
Well,
when he
here's the
does
thing. I'm hoping Randy Orton just throws him a beating so Rollins doesn't cash in for the belt, but I think that's inevitable and it happens either way.
Here's what I think about Randy Orton. Him and Cena need to pack it up for a while. They need to pack it up
I
for a while.
disagree. Randy Orton.
Take a 2-3
Complain
year
about.
break and let him
2
come
or 3
back.
years?
And and then let him come back and the
The
fans will love
Viper.
all again. Randy
Oh
Orton, he
my
can stick
God.
around for a little bit, but still, both of them, they need
He
a break.
missed 4 months. He came back and people loved him.
He needs a break.
He's the
Both
best.
of them. Snooze fest. Time for new people to step up.
Completely disagree.
What do you guys think about J&J Security branching off and being more involved?
Never. Branching off to what? What are they gonna do?
They
What are they gonna do? Wrestles? Doink? They're gonna wrestle Doink.
they seemed like they were starting to be more involved. They started to seem like they were more involved tonight, and
Well,
it's
Joey Mercury was a wrestler before. He
They're-
was part of CM Punk Straight Edge Society, best in the world.
They're
Mind you.
pushing the little gimmick. It's cool, like making fun of each other, making fun of Randy Orton. But the best is when they get RKO'd. They just roll out. They get
They're basically there to
RKO'd.
get
They get
RKO'd.
RKO'd, and 10 to 15 minutes later, they're still on the side. They're on the ground, on the side of the ring, rolling around like it just happened.
well, I guess that leads me into when do we think Rollins is cashing in Money in the Bank?
I already said it. I think WrestleMania.
No.
If not, when?
No,
Raw the next night.
Too predictable. Ron's a snake. He's gonna try to scheme in some way with it. They'll think of something with that. I don't see him doing it on WrestleMania. I think they're gonna get. I don't see it at
So
all.
does he not do it because he doesn't just do it, or does he not do it because Randy Orton throws him a beat and wins the match?
Both.
No, see, I have a
No
feeling,
matter which way that match goes, he's still not gonna cash that in.
I agree. I have a feeling he's coming back and he's cashing that in.
When's he gonna cash it in though?
I
Could be
could
Raw the
see
next night, you
Roman.
never know.
I
You
could
just
see.
have Raw?
Yeah, never
You
know.
think
It's
at
happening
Raw?
all the time. It's gonna be unpredictable one time. I mean, he's in a strike. He's the architect.
All right. Well, after that.
He's what's best for business.
All right. Well, next up we had the Divas match, which was for the Divas Championship. We had Paige versus Nikki Bella for the Divas belt. Nikki retained. She beat Paige. I'm kind of surprised though. But it was a snooze fest to say the least.
Yeah, I feel like the Divas, it's unfortunate because I was a fan of Lita, Trish Stratus, Chyna. They were all good wrestlers. Now we have Paige, AJ Lee, but it's the bathroom break of the show, and I just don't really have anything else to say about it besides Paige should be the champion, and I have no interest in the WrestleMania match. No offense to the Divas, I know you guys work
See, I
hard,
respect the Divas. I think
I respect them too, but
they
right
put
now
their
it's
body
weak.
out there. They do an okay show.
I don't know what's weaker, the tag team division or the Divas division. Call it hate, call it what you want, but I'm a fan and I don't like it.
Well, I think the best thing that happened was directly following we had Snoopomania, which was great.
It was one of the best highlights of the show.
I would say it's my OMG moment of the night.
Yeah, him tossing out Axel.
By far.
I've said it before. I'll say it again. You see me tweeting them at the Cage Reviews. You can follow us on Twitter. I like Axel. I like the Axel Mania. It's a good look for him. Buzz hates it. I know he does.
Stinks.
Listen,
WrestleMania stinks.
the whole Rybaxel thing sucked. I wasn't a fan of him then, but he's building on me with the Axel Mania thing now.
Will Hulk make an appearance at WrestleMania?
I could care less. I could care less. He goes everywhere. I mean,
What's the Snoop in a tag team?
you know what? Hey, you know what you can bank on? Him coming out and promoting the WWE Network for how much?
$9.99, brother.
If you don't got it, go get it.
That's great. Well, we had the fifth match, which was Tyson Kidd and Cesaro versus Los Matadores. So that was Snooze Fest number 2 filler, I would call it.
That was when Buds turned into CM slumped and passed out on the couch.
Absolutely. It was El Torito by pinfall over
Now,
Natalia.
see, El Torito's a highlight because I just like the little guys.
Yeah, true.
I know Buds remembers Dink, Pink, Wink, Doink. He remembers them. You gotta like the little guys. Hornswoggle, dog. That was Buds' boy.
Sixth match of the night, we had Rusev versus Jack Swagger, which, does anybody even believe that Jack Swagger had a chance? Because I don't.
I don't think he's beaten him yet, so no. I don't know why they keep doing this. It's just poor Jack. What am I gonna say? Simple as Jack.
What happens if Rusev just beats Cena? What happens to Cena?
It doesn't happen. These WWE's giving Cena this push with having America behind him. It's everything to get the fans to root for Cena. They're gonna do it.
I still don't think
they
want to.
And he's gonna beat Rusev, and it's gonna give him his push, and then maybe he'll take his horse and take his ball and go home. And
do you really think they want Rusev's first loss to be Cena?
Retirement home.
Retirement home.
I think Cena is...
Put him in a coffin.
Next question.
Yeah, I think Cena's at a point in his career where he deserves to take that title.
Here's the thing. Vince McMahon and Triple H are obviously trying
World champion 15 times. He doesn't need
he doesn't need the United States belt.
He needs to go home.
But the Authority and Vince McMahon are trying to make the United States belt relevant again. That's what they're trying to do.
True.
You know what will make it relevant? Have Stone Cold drink some beer and toss it back in the river.
The real
thing out of here.
Do we even think Cena can compete after what happened? He got his
I think
ass
John
whooped.
Cena is one German suplex away from just being donezo. He's a good wrestler
The best
sometimes.
match I've seen John Cena in the last, I don't know, 10 years. Might have been the beating he caught from Brock Lesnar.
What about that triple
suplex
threat
for an
match?
hour. Well, that was one of the greatest matches
That was
I've
a great-
seen. Besides that, but by him
It's
just
been
in
a
a
while.
match with somebody else, no. I'm done with Cena. I had enough of him. He needs a 3-year break, let him come back, and then maybe I'll get behind him.
All right, so right after that, we had Bray Wyatt come out, and
He's a weird dude.
Bray Wyatt's a weird dude, to say the least.
Yeah, the stuff he does is a little strange. I'm buying into his gimmick, though. I love it. Undertaker's getting to the point where he's almost done. You need that new guy in the business who's going to kind of be a little creepy and intimidate other people with death and darkness, and that's Bray Wyatt.
Next, to a good note, I want to say congrats to Kevin Nash.
Big Daddy Cool getting the induction.
Yeah, inducted into the Hall of Fame.
Listen, though, my man, Psycho Sid, stop hating. You're Psycho Sid, we get it. You want to get in, you're a legend. If you're going to get in, your time will come. Stop being salty. Nobody wants to eat those fries, man.
True. Real quick, just we got...
Shout out Nick Mundy.
Nick Mundy helping out the Jew.
True. Next, we got the 7th match, which was Daniel Bryan versus Dolph Ziggler. We had guest referee, which was Dean Ambrose.
He's the best, isn't he? The lunatic fringe.
Great.
He's out of his
He needs
fucking
to win that
mind.
belt.
He's the referee, and he was
He's
more
a little
enjoyable
Jimmy.
than both. I love him. He's the best.
And then
Little Jimmy.
he comes out dirty deeds and people.
Oh, for just because.
Yeah, but we talked about this. The Intercontinental title, we already said our picks. Again, no
Ambrose.
boom for Wade Barrett. As long as Barrett does. Listen, Barrett needs to go back to the podium. I've got some bad news. That's it. Just deliver some bad news. Don't wrestle, brother.
Then we had the last promo with Paul Heyman, Lesnar,
I think
and
Call him
Reigns.
as the GOAT.
Yeah, I think it's all safe to say that everybody on this panel is a Heyman guy.
Oh, easy.
But here's why I wanted to see a Superman punch, an F5. I know it's the week.
They were tugging
leading
over
up
the
to
belts like some
WrestleMania.
divas. What's up with that?
Yeah, they were playing tug of war for the belt. Brock Lesnar
Brock Lesnar
doesn't play
doesn't play
that
tug-of-war.
shit. He should have F5'd him.
You should have F5'd him and threw the belt into the audience. Or ate
Either
it.
that or show more Heyman. He's the best.
You should have just ate it.
But that being said, I have
Well,
a few things
I
I think.
give Raw out of 5 stars a good 4 tonight. They
But-
had the potential to be great until that at the end and a couple snooze.
Do you
fests.
disagree that the
I'd give it
only
a 3.75
do you think of what the ending?
out of
Everything.
5.
Or the entire
The
The whole thing, a 3.75
Three
out
and
of
a half.
Wouldn't even be a
5.
4
3 and a
for
half.
Uncle Snoop.
Yeah, Uncle Snoop goes down to
Snoopy
3.
Shout out Nick Mundy.
Brought it up.
Now, can we say? Is it safe to say the only situations that can happen is just Brock wins, Roman wins, and Rollins cashes in, creating that feud between them two?
I think it's
or does
possible.
Heyman turn and like Bud said, go on Roman's side. He doesn't need to do the mic work. Heyman will be the advocate. Brock Lesnar's going to the UFC.
I don't know, but we're going to find out in 7 days. So we appreciate you listening. This is the end of the